my absolutely beautiful Capricorn friends, and welcome to your horoscope for May of 2023, where Capricorn this month, I am excited for you. I am genuinely, I got tears a little bit because I'm very excited for you. So much for you has changed. Pluto has left your sign and it will retrograde back into your sign. We're not quite done yet, but I'm going to tell you what, since 2008, Capricorn, your personhood is different. You are different. I feel like you are empowered, your worth, your value, and what you know about that, no matter where you're at in the journey, right? If you feel like you're making the money, if you feel like you're owning your space in the world the way you want it to be, it is extraordinarily different than it was 2008 till now. I think it's extraordinarily different than it was from 2020, 21, 22 until now. So I am very excited for who you are today and what this month I think has to offer to you in terms of joy and in terms of play and in terms of leaving and going out in the world and making these decisions that you've maybe wanted to have in your life, but you weren't quite built for them just yet. And now you are, and you can trust yourself to joyfully bring these things into your life. I just am thrilled about it. So let's get in here and talk about what's going on this month. Okay, if you want to buy things from me, it's in the description box down below. Okay, now, right at the first of the month, we've got Pluto stepping into retrograde in the energy of Aquarius, so into your second house. And like I said, it will retrograde back to 27 degrees of Capricorn, so we're not quite done with this review. But instead, I feel like this particular retrograde is more focused on what happened, what started to come up for you around money, like really making money, around real value, around real resources, around things that you value today that maybe you, honest to God, didn't value 5 years ago. You know, it's like I really think of big concepts like, I never want to get married. And now you're like, wait, there might be some value in long-term partnership. Or there might be, I never want kids. And now you're like, I am enjoying the role of being a parent. These are some really significant rearrangements. But as Pluto is retrograde for you here at this time, Go research what you need to learn, how to make money, how to rise into that position and own it of prominence, of the things that you really do value in the new world coming forward, right? In the Aquarius vibration, it's very different than the Capricorn vibration. So you're going to have this time to do that deep research in this particular area so that you can take your seat of power when this retrograde is over. Now, when we get to the 5th, we've got a lunar eclipse happening at 14 degrees of Scorpio. Okay, now this is not new information. It's not new. You've seen it. We've been looking at it. But what's happening is that this is a full moon lunar eclipse. So it is resetting you. It's kind of doing a blot out for the next 6 months to a year. And it is about ending something, acknowledge something, or making these big adjustments, like the last of the big adjustments to your friendship zone, your social zone, the aspirations that you have for yourself. And if you look at the 5 people that you are surrounded with, they are telling you a lot about what you really aspire to be in the world. And I think you have taken that very, very seriously. And I am proud of you. My God, am I proud of you. But also things happening for friends in your friendship zones, organizations, social media, doing things online, bringing your business online, understanding technology because we are in the digital revolution. So all of these things kind of bring this illumination and it exposes here where you can unburden yourself so that this area you're able to fly a bit more free, baggage free, which I think is phenomenal. And you'll see it play out in this next 6 months. When we get to the 9th, we see Venus move, when we get to the 7th, we see Venus move into the energy of Cancer, okay? Now, first of all, Venus is an attracting in energy, so I call you again to remember, attract. Don't do the heavy lifting. Let the universe do the heavy lifting. You don't need to do that. Call into your life what you need in your relationship in terms of harmony, in terms of nurturing, in terms of security, in terms of pleasure, in terms of play, in terms of, it's the simple pleasures. What do you need in a relationship to be happy? What does your relationship need, whether it's with yourself and your body, your children, is this the romantic relationship? Since 2008, some of you may be ready to call in a serious long-term relationship, and good for you. Or you maybe need the piece of dynamic to leave a relationship, but also have it done with some way that there is peace, there's some forgiveness on the table, things like that. Let Venus call it in. And Venus also calls in our most significant relationships in the 7th house. Do you need a teacher? Do you need a mentor? Do you need a business partner? Are you going to start working with celebrity or high-end or prominent clients? Let Venus know so that y'all can align and bring it in, okay? On the 16th, we see Mercury coming out of retrograde in the energy of Taurus, fellow Earth energy. Now, Mercury's been in a retrograde path really since April 7th. So what started to come into your life and your world around children, joy, pleasure, play, taking a risk on something, passion, right? That fun passion where, you meet somebody. The 5th house is where you meet somebody and you're like, ooh, hello, right? It's that. Now, the 7th house is when you're through the hello and you're like, yeah, I'm willing to commit to you and hang out. The 8th house is when you're like, I'm so committed to you that we're going to do sex, intimacy, and share money, okay? So when you think about the 5th house, is this beginning part where it's fun and you're like, oh, spicy, spicy, right? So right there, what's been happening for you in this area? What's also been happening for your children? Or your mindset around children or conception. And we conceive babies, we conceive businesses, we conceive new projects, new artistic things that come out of us, but it's significant because it's born out of a heart of joy. And that's what this Taurus energy is for you. So, truly, during the Mercury retrograde, what's come up for you? But also, where have there been some mishaps where you're like, okay, wait a minute, that's not... That's not what I was trying to say. That's not what I was doing. I don't have the clarity here. Now things start to get a clear up in your zone, okay? Now when we get to the 16th, Jupiter is going to move into the energy of Taurus, expanding this area. I am telling you what, Jupiter will match what you have going on. So if you are out there playing, living your best life, and you are doing it with an open, happy heart, Jupiter is going to match that and send you a teacher to have an experience with to continue to expand that. If there's something going on for your children, it's going to expand that, send a teacher to show you how to take it to the next level and to get a new philosophy around these things, right? But whatever it is, first of all, enjoy it. Jupiter's not coming back here for 12 years, so whatever even the spiritual experience is that you have in this area connected to joy, pleasure, play, your children conceiving of new things, enjoy it and expand with it. But also pattern track back, Capricorn. Where were you 12 years ago? Because Jupiter was here. What was happening for you? We just live our patterns. We just live our patterns. So what was happening for you at that time? What was changing? Because now you just bring in new wisdom, right? You bring in new ways of understanding that, and thus being willing to be taught how you can expand this area. Now on the 17th, I think this is the most significant aspect we have all month, but we'll have Jupiter squaring into the energy of Pluto, and this is like the outdated ideas, the outdated belief systems, the outdated behaviors. They cannot come forward into the new world. So you are tasked with having a major rearrangement to what you believe and the philosophies that guide you in order to move forward. And again, for some of you, it may honest to God believe that you're like, I never thought I could share my art. I never thought I wanted to be a parent. I never thought I wanted to be married. These can be huge conceptions that become rearranged, but the point is we are solidly in a new world after this point, so what was working likely can't come with you. Now to solidify all of this good time, we've got a new moon happening on the 19th at 28 degrees of Taurus, which is plant your seeds of intention, joy, pleasure, play, the good things, the desires that you have from your heart for your children, what they want, what they're trying to call in. Bring a lot of happily ever after into your vibration as you plant these seeds, because Taurus is going to expand it long term. Taurus is not trying to build short-term fun, short-term couples. It's looking to build something that is extensive and enduring. On the 20th, we're going to see Mars move into the energy of Leo. Okay, now Mars in fire is phenomenal because, first of all, it likes it. It likes it, moves a little bit more easily in that vibration. So, this is in your 8th house. So, passion. Passion is one of the words that comes for me right away is passion. You know, it's something going on. You're passionate, you're playing, you're intimate, you're really in there with, you know, a partner in whatever way. But also practical things, you know, death, debt, and taxes. What are you having to handle? And maybe it's not fully just comfortable and fun and we're living our best lives, but Mars will give you the energy to have conflict. If there needs to be a breakdown before there's a breakthrough, Mars is happy to help that. Now, what I will tell you is that it may be that whatever happens in this vibration, it's big and bold and loud. It is still happening under a Leo vibration, but it could also just be a ton of fun as well. So in the 8th house, I also consider things like astrology. I would love for you to dance across this astrological sky with us. Become more involved. You know, use the fertility astrology to make sure you can have that baby, or the timing, right? Get your children's charts done. Things like that. Use the astro. It's around you as a big, beautiful map to help you, Mars, get things done. Now, as we're going to close out the month on the 21st, we've got the sun moving into the energy of Gemini, bringing light, heat, life, and vitality, productivity to your daily routine. So this is the time of year where it's always great. You may feel a bit scattered. It is Gemini energy, so there's a lot. Maybe there's a lot to do. There's a lot to take on in the daily routine, or, you know, you've got a lot to consider in terms of taking care of your health, or taking care of, or being a caretaker to someone else. So you might be busy in the details of things, but it's not uncommon. You come here every single year. So just know that the ruling planet of Gemini is out of retrograde, and it will leave post-retrograde shadow time at the end of the month. So really what you're working with, or any commitments or promises or contracts you need to sign and decisions you need to make, you're pretty on par at the end of the month, and then of course moving into June to be able to make those. All right, my beautiful Capricorn friends, let me know how this is playing out for you in the comment section down below. I love you so much. Enjoy your May, and I will see you next month. Bye, Capricorn.